This group of prisoners is trying to break out of prison. Cracking open the floorboards, take out the small hidden lenses, and with a spoon, they crunch it and they break it all over the place. The men pick out the one that's still intact. The rest is wrapped in paper and throw it in the toilet. But just then, prison guards surreptitiously open the cell for an unannounced inspection. Luckily Jack was quick enough to put the lenses in his mouth. The men searched the cell one by one, with only one person left. It was clear that, if this goes on, the glass was bound to be found. Jack has a brainwave. He pulled the chain outside and washed the glass away. The warder was on the spot. Who pulls the chain? I've never pulled it from the outside before. I just wanted to see if I could flush the toilet from the outside. The warder thought it would be alright, so they continued to search the place. We had to check everything we ate, drank, wore and played with. They had to check everything, and then he used a stick to probe the windows to see if anything was hidden. When the guards have finished checking the rooms, they leave. The escape plan continues. Jack took out his toothbrush and string. The small lens is attached to the toothbrush stick. A small monitor is ready, sticking the little mirror out of the cat's eye. A look to the left, a look to the right. Oh, yes, that's right. The next step is to make the tools for the escape. There's a bed frame in the cell. Remove the legs of the bed. A hoe is obtained. Although it looks rudimentary, but it barely works. They move the paper shells out of the way. They remove the floor from the corner. Jack grabbed a hammer and smashed his way up. Just then, cellmate spotted the guards coming through the glass. He told Jack to stop, but he didn't listen. He just pounded harder and harder. The guard then walked away. Strange, what's going on here? It turned out that the toilet was being repaired next door. This led the warder to believe that the noise was coming from next door. I must say, Jack was quite clever. Next, 5 men took turns chiseling. It didn't take long to make a big hole. A piece of paper was lit and thrown into the hole. Inside was a basement. I don't know where it leads, but at least there was hope. The men discussed the matter and decide to leave tonight. These prisoners are trying to escape from prison. Pile the rubbish into a heap, then fixing towels and paper shells. They make 2 dummies and cover them with a quilt. They pull the string and the dummies stand up on their own. The dummies will stand up on their own. The 2 men then stand against the wall. When the guards came to check the room, they saw someone waving through the cat's eye. Someone was wriggling, and that's it. The guards were fooled. Next, he unscrews the screw with a spoon. He takes a strip of paper from inside. He crawls into the hole he's dug during the day. He finds a barred window in front of him. This is where the saw blade comes in handy. 2 men took turns sawing. It took them a while too. They finally got it open. They made their way to the second room, but just then, 2 prison guards came for a walk. In the nick of time, the 2 of them stacked up one on top of the other and they managed to escape. Jack finds a door handle here. It's a good one, with a little modification of a saw blade. He makes a master key. He manages to open the basement door. The 2 men walk through a dark tunnel to the sewers, but here's the problem. This is a dead end, and the wall is too hard to be broken down in a while. The 2 men decided to go back. When they got back to their cell, the guards came to check their cell. They were lucky to get away with it, but they can't keep doing this. In order to keep track of time, they decided to make a timer, but the hardest part is how to do it. The men came to the infirmary, stole 2 small bottles and slipped 2 handfuls of sand into his pocket. On his way out, he was searched by the prison guards. The man explained, "I wanted to take it back to the dishwasher." The guards didn't think much of it, so they let him go. The guard didn't think anything of it, and let him go. When he returned to his cell, I put the 2 pill bottles mouth to mouth, put sand in them. A simple hourglass was made. After testing, it takes about half an hour to complete the leak. Everything is ready. The men set off. They went down the drain. A circle is drawn on the wall. Then they pick up the iron bar and cut. When the time was up, they went back, and so the men did what they were told. A week later, they managed to dig through the wall. The 2 men follow the sewer and see a staircase. They followed it up and opened the lid of the well. At last they saw the outside world, which they had not seen for a long time. Back in the cell, the 2 of them discussed the need to get out of the cell before it was too late. They decided to leave tonight, but just as they are about to leave, William, a cellmate, is called away by the warden. The warden told William that his case had been dropped and in a few days he will be released without charge. Before William knew what was going on, the warden seemed to notice that something was on his mind.
Ça n'a pas l'air de vous faire plaisir. À quoi pensez-vous?
3 hours later, William returned to his cell. A few of his cellmates saw the wrong look on William's face. They wondered if he had said something. This made William furious. "After all this time we've been together. We've been together a long time and you still don't trust me?" They thought better of it, so they didn't ask any more questions. At the end of the day, they combed their hair, brushed their shoes, put on their suits and ties. When the guards had finished checking the rooms, they moved the cardboard. They are ready to leave. The cellmate in charge of the ventilation took a left look. No one is there. Then he flips the mirror over. Oh, shit. Outside, the guards are standing in unison. With a shout from William, the guards swarmed around them. They grabbed them all. The 4 prisoners were stripped naked, one by one. They were pinned against the wall. William was placed in a single cell. Before he left, Jack said to him, "And that's it. This is the